I am a ship on a feeling sea, tossed by the wind inside of me. My courage rises, my courage falls. I answer one call, then miss 10 more calls. I build my house on the shifting sand of my own resolve, my own two hands. And when it trembles, as it always does, I find my feet on what always was. Faithful God, when I am faithless, steady Lord, when I am shaken. Your promises, the ground beneath, the air that I am breathing in. Your nature is the truest thing, the song my soul keeps waking to sing. Faithful God, steady Lord, my anchor and my reward. The seasons of my heart will turn from certain fire to lessons learned, from passionate yes to weary doubt, till I don't know what I'm about. But like the orbit of the moon and the sun's return in afternoon, your character is the fixed decree, the I am who is for me. Faithful God, when I am faithless, steady Lord, when I am shaken. Your promises, the ground beneath, the air that I am breathing in. Your nature is the truest thing, the song my soul keeps waking to sing. Faithful God, steady Lord, my anchor and my reward. You were faithful in the garden, faithful on the cross, faithful in the silence of the grave, faithful when the doubters saw only loss, faithful, mighty, strong to save. And if you were faithful through darkness and through death, then this moment in my story, with my faltering breath, is held within the same unwavering, nail-scarred hand. The great I am, who forever will stand. So I'll rest here on your faithfulness, I'll stand here on your steadiness. I am held by what cannot change. I am known by the faithful one, my steady Lord. My faithful God. I came to you with a beggar's cup, cracked and running dry. Every failed attempt to fill it etched beneath my eye. I knelt at broken cisterns, dug by my own striving hand, and drank the bitter dust of this unforgiving land. My throat was tight with failure, my soul was caked in shame, whispering a name I feared you would not claim. I had no coin to purchase, no offering to sell, only a desperate knowing that I needed mercy's well. And you are the God of mercy's well, where endless cleansing waters swell. Not a trickle for the worthy, not a drop for the enough, but a torrent for the weary, a flood of lavish love. You don't measure my deserving, you don't tell me what I owe. You just bid the thirsty come, and you bid the deeper flow. Oh, the grace that knows no bottom, the love that breaks the spell. I am drinking from the depths of you, God of mercy's well. This well was dug with agony, with nails and thorn and spear. The cost of all this mercy is what makes it crystal clear, that every drop is purchased by the sacrifice of Christ. The fountain opened when the Lamb of God was sacrificed. So I come not with my merit, I come with my great need, to the source that meets the sinner, to the love that plants the seed. And here in ceasing struggle, in letting my own efforts cease, I find the water springing up to everlasting peace. For you are the God of mercy's well, where endless cleansing waters swell. Not a trickle for the worthy, not a drop for the enough, but a torrent for the weary, a flood of lavish love. You don't measure my deserving, you don't tally what I owe. You just bid the thirsty come, and you bid the deeper flow. Oh, the grace that knows no bottom, the love that breaks the spell. I am drinking from the depths of you, God of mercy's well. Let others chase mirages in the deserts of their pride. I have found the living water bubbling deep inside, a well that never falters, never questions, never fails, a love that lifts the head of every soul that it regales. This mercy is your nature, your heart's most true reply to every broken person with a thirst they can't deny. I drink and I am not ashamed. I drink, and I am forever changed. Not a cup, but an ocean. Not a prayer, but a potion of life. God of mercy as well. My soul is satisfied. This long night has worn its way into my bones. I've counted all the shadows, memorized the stones. The darkness has a weight, a voice that seems so true, that whispers that the morning will never come for you. But in the east, a subtle shift, a softening of gray, a quiet, patient promise held at bay, a whisper from before the first day ever shone. You are the faithful God of coming dawns. God of coming dawns, I am holding on to the promise of the light I cannot see. You who broke the darkness over chaos and the deep, you are breaking it for me. With the patience of the ages in your eyes, you are painting hope across my paling skies. God of coming dawns, the night will not go on, for you are the God of coming dawns. My faith is not a shout right now, it's just a stubborn seed, buried in this midnight soil, this deepest aching need. It feels like dying, this relentless hoping wait. But you are in the process, at the garden gate. You are turning soil, you are splitting stone, you are working in the dark and not alone. For resurrection's rhythm is written in your name, a dawn that always follows just the same. God of coming dawn, I storm has lost its roar, the first breath of the morning. On a day I feared before, the gasp when hope surprises, breaking through a wall of gray, the fragile waking whisper at the ending of the fray. It's smaller than a triumph, quieter than a cheer. It's the mercy of a moment when the panic starts to clear. It's the space between the breaking and the strength to rise again. You are in that sacred space, God of the second breath. The new beginning in my chest, when the first one caught on failure, on regret and dread. You are the grace that whispers, breathe again instead. You don't demand a hurricane of faith to prove I'm yours. You meet me in the whisper, in the opening of doors, so small I almost miss it. This gift of life renewed, the miracle of mercy, in a breath I had not wooed. God of the second breath, I receive this gift from you. You breathed on dust in Eden, and a living soul was born. You breathed on bones in Babylon, all desolate and worn. You breathed on frightened disciples in a locked and shuttered room, and brought dead hearts to flower, dissipating fear and gloom. And you breathe on me right now, in this ordinary ache, with the same resurrection power, for my tired spirit's sake. Not just for grand revivals, but for daily small resurrections, for the soul's quiet corrections. God of a second breath, the new beginning in my chest, when the first one caught on failure, on regret and dread. You are the grace that whispers, breathe again instead. You don't demand a hurricane of faith to prove I'm yours. You meet me in the whisper, in the opening of doors, so small I almost miss it. This gift of life renewed, the miracle of mercy, in a breath I had not wooed. God of the second breath, I receive this gift from you. My lungs may fail, my spirit fade, my own strength disappear, but your breath is not created, it is ever always here. The Ruach, the great spirit, wind and life and fire, the source of every second chance, of every pure desire. So I'll stop trying to manufacture wind inside my soul, and open to the breath that makes the broken fragments whole. Inhale your I traced your name in valley shadows, in the deep and quiet mold, where the journey was a question and the nights were sharp and cold. I learned the sound of my own breathing and the prayer that's born of need. And you are God of the valley, planting a slow and secret seed. But the path began to turn and rise to meet a thinning air, a clearing in the canopy, a lifting of despair. And now I stand upon this stone, this unexpected height, bathed in a terrifying, a most breathtaking light. And you are look like pathways, the tears like morning dew. The pain that shaped my soul's contours comes into a wider view. The wind here speaks of holiness, it scars and it cleanses me. It whispers of perspectives that my valley eyes could never see. I cannot stay upon this height, I know the descent is true. There will be other shadows where I'll have to cling to you. But for this moment I am held in vast unyielding grace, seeing the lines of your kind face in this high and holy place. And you are just a God for desperate days, for broken, crawling pleas, but a God for awestruck wonder, for the trembling in the knees. You are the fire in the bush, the cloud upon the mount, the unapproachable vast fountain, the eternal living source. And yet you let me stand here, small upon this rock, my fragile heart absorbing the love-struck glorious shock of knowing that the God who rules the panoramic span is the God who holds the trembling, weathered hand of this one woman man. Take this back to the valley, take this sight into the night, let this truth depth and height of the mountain peak. And me. This why is a deep canyon, carved by grief's relentless rain. A hollow in my spirit, holding echoes of the pain. It shadows every sunrise, it stains the brightest day. A silent screaming question that just will not go away. Why the illness? Why the loss? Why the broken dashed upon dream? Why the silence when I'm screaming by a cold and distant stream? I have offered up my why, like a prayer, like a curse, like a stone thrown at the heavens, hoping for an answer to be thrown. But you do not flinch from my asking, you do not dismiss my cry. You meet me in the canyon, but you are Lord over my why. You hold the mystery within your hands, though you do not explain. You sit with me inside the ache, inside the sorrow in the rain. You are not threatened by my doubt, my anger or my fear. Your presence is the only answer that is drawing near, for you are Lord over the questions that may never see the light. You are sovereign in the day and sovereign in this endless night, Lord over my why. You hung upon a cruel tree and you asked it to, my God, why? You drank the cup of utter darkness beneath a broken sky. You know the taste of unanswered, of the Father turning his face. You entered into my why to fill it with your grace. So I will bring my tortured why and lay it at your scarred feet, not as a weapon but a burden, a confession incomplete. I'll trade my demand for an answer, for the nearness of the one who walked the valley of the why and called it, it is done. Oh, it is done. Father, it is done. Father, it is done. For you do not flinch from my asking, you do not dismiss my cry. You meet me in the canyon, but you are Lord over my why. You hold the mystery within your hands, though you do not explain. You sit with me inside the ache, inside the sorrow in the rain. You are not threatened by my doubt, my anger or my fear. Your presence is the only answer that is drawing near. You are Lord over the questions that may never see the light. You are sovereign in the day and sovereign in this endless night, Lord over my why. Someday every why may dissolve in the light of your face, or maybe it will simply fade, absorbed in eternal grace. But until that day, I will not worship my unanswered plea. I will worship the wounded God who walks through the dark with me. My why is not my master, it is a guest within my soul. And you are the Lord of my story, making shattered fragments whole. I release the need to know. I receive the grace to be known. You are here in the question. You are Lord of the why and of me. The storm has been relentless, a gale within my mind. I've tossed on waves of worry I thought would be my kind. I've sailed on seas of striving with sails of my own pride, and found myself in shallows with a desperate rising tide. My compass spun with confusion, every star was hid from view, and every hopeful landmark proved a mirage, not a truth. I am weary from the battle, and from the salt, and from the sting. My ship is just a fragment, and I have no song to sing. But I see a light, a steady glow upon a distant shore, a promise in the darkness I've been aching for. You are the calm, the quiet bay, where the wild waves are still, the refuge where my broken hull can finally be rebuilt. Lord, my soul's safe harbor, my journey's end and start, the peace that cradles every broken seasick part. I drop my anchor here in the depths of who you are. Lord, my soul's safe harbor. You don't ask for my navigation, my charts of right and wrong. You don't demand a tally of the journey that's been long. You simply stretch a lighthouse beam across the churning foam, and speak a word of welcome, calling my wreckage home. You mend the ropes with kindness, you caulk the leaks with grace. You give my soul a resting place, a still and holy space, where the tempests cannot reach me, though I hear its fading roar. For I am safely moored now to an everlasting shore. Yes, you are the calm, the quiet bay, where the wild waves are still, the refuge where my broken hull can finally be rebuilt. Lord, my soul's safe harbor, my journey's end and start, the peace that cradles every broken seasick part. I drop my anchor here in the depths of who no story too profound to find a perfect welcome in this hallowed holy ground. The wind is quiet here, the rain has ceased, my heart is slow and my soul has found its peace in you, my safe harbor. I am home. I am home. Seasons turn like pages, colors fade and grow. People walk in phases, coming, letting go. Mountains slowly crumble to the waiting sea. Every changing story whispers mystery. But in the great unraveling, the shifting of the sand, one steady heartbeat echoes through the ages. I am. You are my God, my constant, the one true thing I know. When all the world is turning, your love will not let go. Through every breaking, waking, in joy and in regret, my God, my true north always, my one sure constant yet. My feelings are a tide pool, rising with the moon. My resolutions tremble, falter, come undone too soon. My faith is just a candle, flickering and small. My understanding stumbles when the great unanswered calls. But you are not a feeling, not a theory to be proved. You are the rock unshaken, the covenant unmoved. You are my God, my constant, the one true thing I know. When all the world is turning, your love will not let go. Through every breaking, waking, in joy and in regret, my God, my true north always, my one sure constant, yeah. The same yesterday, today, forever. Your character cannot be severed in my inconsistency. Your faithfulness remains when I am lost within my change. Your nature never wanes. Oh, the peace this truth is bringing to my restless, weary soul. You are the fixed point in my spinning, making all the fragments whole. When I am not steady, you are. When I am not ready, you are. When I am not not faithful you are. When I forget, you remember, my God. My constant. I am so many fragments scattered through the long today. A piece of me at work, a piece at home, a piece that slipped away. In conversations, in the rush, in the quiet, in the noise, I feel the silent scattering of all my inward poise. The lonely self in crowded rooms, the anxious scattered thought, the parts of me that feel they're lost or that they've been forgot, the joy that has no witness and the grief I hold alone, this diaspora of spirit, this heart that's not a home. But you call me to the center, you whisper, gather in, not to a building or a banner, but to where true peace begins. You are my God, my gathering place, where the scattered pieces find their face, where the frayed threads are woven into a tapestry of grace. You draw my mind from wanderings, my soul from its divide, and in the stillness of your presence, all my fragments come inside, to be one, to be whole, to be held in a single holy space. My God, my gathering place. You gathered Adam from the dust, the Israelites from sand. You're gathering a people from every tribe and land. You are the great elector of the broken and the bent, the love that pulls the prodigal from the far country they've spent. And in this cosmic gathering, you see this little soul, this inner disconnection that has taken such a toll. And you invite the weary parts, the hidden and the sore, to find their true belonging at your welcoming wide door. Yes, you are my God, my gathering place, where the scattered pieces find their face, where the frayed threads are woven into a tapestry of grace. You draw my mind from wanderings, my soul from its divide, and in the stillness of your presence, all my fragments come inside, to be one, to be whole, to be held in a single holy space. My God, my gathering place. In a world of endless pulling, of distraction and of chase, you are the quiet center, the dwelling of all grace. You gather up my yesterday, my now, my yet to be, and hold them in the unity of who you are to me. The God who is not scattered, who is wholly, fully one, invites my heart to join the holy dance that has begun, where spirit, soul, and body cease their war and their disgrace, and find their shalom in your face. My gathering place. thoughts settle, the fears quiet, the memories find peace, the hopes find home, all here with you, all one in you. My God, my gathering place. I am collected. The walls are shaking, the night is breaking with a sound that rattles every window, that trembles all the ground. I feel the old foundations groan with every brutal blast, and wonder if the shelter that I've known will hold will last. I check the locks of logic, the bolts of my control, but find them bent and fragile, taking terror in my soul. My courage is a vapor, my strength a hollow shell, and in the screaming chaos I have nothing left to tell. But you are my God, my fortress still, unmoved upon this raging hill. The ramparts of your faithfulness stand true when all my other shelters are breaking through. You are the citadel where my weak heart can hide, the everlasting doors flung open wide. Though the tempest beats its fury with the wild and wicked will, you are my God, my fortress still. I cannot see the battle lines, I cannot name the foe. It is a shapeless, soundless dread that strikes the deepest blow. It is the fear of what's to come, the grief for what's been lost, the heavy, chilling whisper of a terrifying cost. And all my brave defenses, the ones I built so high, are proven to be paper to the terror in the sky. I have no strategy but this, no weapon I can wield, but to run to what is ancient, to what cannot be killed. For you are my God, my fortress still, unmoved upon this raging hill. The ramparts of your faithfulness stand true when all my other shelters are breaking through. You are the citadel where my weak heart can hide, the everlasting doors flung open wide. Though the tempest beats its fury with the wild and wicked will, you are my God, my fortress still. You were a fortress for the psalmist in the cave, a stronghold for the martyr, for the faithful and the brave. You are the rock of ages, cleft for me to rest within, where the wars of hell cannot come in, cannot come in. So let the storm rage on outside, let the darkness have its hour within these walls of mercy. I am safe within your power, not by my might, but by your spirit, by the refuge you provide. I will wait and watch and see you fight from this stronghold deep inside. The storm is not my shelter, my feelings are not my walls. My God, you are my fortress, and in you my trembling spirit stands still. It is not a castle, this territory you rule. No banners of triumph, no scepters of jewel, just a collection of rooms, some in light, some in gloom, halls of old sorrow and hope yet to bloom. A restless, unruly, and complicated place, where fear builds its walls and doubt hides its face. But you took the tour in the depths of the night and said, this is mine now, I claim it by right. You are my heart's Lord and King, over its wandering, its wandering, over its passion and its petty small things. You are my heart's Lord and King, and though rebels still whisper and old wounds may ache, you are establishing peace for your own name's sake, with a mercy so patient, a grace so profound. On this intimate throne you are willingly crowned, my heart's Lord and King. I've given the keys to so many before, to voices that promised but left it so poor, to passions that plundered and left it in lack, to fears that contracted and painted it black. But you are a different kind of royalty here. You don't come to conquer with violence or fear. You come as a servant to wash the floors clean, and reign as a father over what you redeem. You are my heart's Lord and King, over is the only kingdom where the earth is heart and of this head. Rule here in the quiet, reign here in the noise, govern here in the joy and the pain. Be my heart's Lord, my heart's King, today and forever the same. This hollow, this ache for a home, a restless cathedral of sinew and bone. I have followed mirages of pleasure and praise through the deserts of ambition's bewildering days. I have looked for the answer in faces and forms, in the calm of a sunset, the thrill of the storms. I have whispered to echoes that only replied with a silence that stretched like a chasm inside. But in the seeking, you were finding me. In the calling, you were binding me, not to a concept, a creed, or a trend, but to your heart, my longings end. My Lord, my resting place, my journey's final mile, the object of the search behind my every trial. The thirst in me was planted as a compass for your face, and I am found completely in your everlasting grace. My Lord, my longings end. The books could not hold you, the songs could not say the fullness of peace that you bring me today. The ache was not pointless, the hunger not vain. It was drawing me out of my self-serving lane. It was carving a vessel of deep, painful need, big enough for your glory, for you to proceed, to fill every cavern, to light every shade with the love for which universe and atoms were made. Yes, in the seeking, you were finding me. In the calling, you were binding me, not to a concept, a creed, or a trend, grow dim, for my soul has touched the source, and it will not return to Him. Apart from whom it wandered, now made profoundly whole. The longing was the pathway to the healing of my soul. It finds its quiet cadence in the rhythm of your breath. Its ceasing is a deeper life, a truer kind of death. To all that falsely promised what only you could be, my Lord, my everything, you have satisfied me. The search is over. The question is answered. The door is open. The ache is stilled. You are here. I am home, my Lord. My longing's beautiful and when the winds of chaos have their say, and the ground I stand on starts to sway, when the voices shout for my control, I remember who has hold of my soul. Not a concept, not a distant king, but the source from which all praises spring. The anchor in the wild and shifting tide, the only place my soul can truly hide. You are Lord, and I am yours. You are Lord, and I am yours. In the surrender, in the letting go, this is the only truth I know. You are Lord, and I am yours. Every breath I borrow, every beat, every victory, every stark defeat, every moment yet to be unveiled, every promise that has never failed. All my past, my present, what's to come, every story when the final song is spoken in the light of who you are. My future held within your scar. You are Lord, and I am yours. You are and I am yours. In the surrender, in the letting go, this is the only truth I know. You are Lord, yours before. Oh, what fate is it? My life is yours. My hopes are yours. My fears are years. My years are years. You are Lord, and I am yours. Before a single breath was drawn, before a star was hung, before the song of time began, before a word was sung, there was the word eternal in the fellowship of three. A love so full, so complete, it spilled out to make space for me. And from that overflow of grace, the cosmos found its call. For from the beginning and through it all, you are Lord of all, of the great and the small, the rising, the falling, the answer, the call. You are Lord of the heights and Lord of the deep, Lord of the waking, Lord of the sleep, over chaos and order, creation and fall. There is one name, one throne, one truth over all. You are Lord of the skeptic's doubt, the atheist's brave denial, Lord of the quiet seeker, walking their long trial. You are Lord of the faithful saint, whose knees are worn with prayer, Lord of the broken rebel, drowning in despair. You are Lord in the sanctuary, with its stained glass holy light, and Lord in the darkened alley on a desperate, lonely night. No domain escapes your notice, no heart is out of reach. Your sovereignty is the ocean, and every soul a beach. For you are Lord of all, of the great and the small, the rising, the falling, the answer, the call. You are Lord of the heights and Lord of the deep, Lord of the waking, Lord of the sleep, over chaos and order, creation and fall. There is one name, one throne, one truth over all. You Lord of all. So let every system tremble, let every ideology bow, let every hidden power be uncovered here and now. For at the name of Jesus, heaven's reality breaks in, and every false dominion sees its bitter feudal end. The Lord of life, the Lord of love, the Lord of grace alone. of all. When the noise of nations rises like a fevered dream, and the schemes of men are shouting by a shallow stream, when the powers rage and postures strain to hold the stage, I lift my eyes above the page, beyond the age, to a throne not carved by hand, in a realm I cannot see, to the quiet holy center of eternity. And there in sovereign silence, above the storm and sting, there is only one true anthem, one eternal thing. Unshaken by the fall, you are Lord and God of all. You reign over every hidden crisis, over every public show, over every heart that's breaking, every seed that starts to grow, over galaxies that spiral vast and empty night, over my own trembling spirit and my flickering small light. Your rule is not a reaction, it's the ground on which I stand, the first truth and the last truth in a shifting, sinking sand. And in my brief and breathless story, in this moment I possess, I am held within the borders of your quiet faithfulness. You reign, Lord, you reign, through the chaos and the calm, through the breaking and the bomb. You reign, Lord, you reign, unshaken by the fall. You are Lord and God of all. You reign. Let every crown lie down here. Let every fear release its hold. For the King of Heaven's near here. In His story we are told, there is no power, no dominion, no death, no height, no creed or throne that can rival the pure, holy reign of the one who calls us His own. In my confusion, you reign. In my provision, you reign. In my celebration, you reign. In my desolation, you reign.